Hi everyone. Today is Monday, April 27th, and this is your little introduction video about Chapter 6 of the book Wild Ones. And Chapter 6 is where we sort of leave Section 1 behind. Section 1 was on bears. The second section of the book is about butterflies. So that is the section you will be starting today. And there's a few things you need to know before you read this chapter, which is Chapter 6, The Middle of a Haircut. So the first thing you need to know is that it happens at a place called the Antioch Dunes. That's a national wildlife refuge out in California, but it's not one of the nice, pristine, pretty, scenic wildlife refuges that people go on to vacation to, like Yellowstone National Park. It's not Yellowstone. This is kind of a weird refuge. It's very sandy. It used to be an old sand mine. There's a factory on one side and a parking lot on the other. So this is a sandy pit, basically. And the reason it became a wildlife refuge is because there just happens to be this endangered species that lives there called the Lang's metalmark butterfly. That's the second thing you need to know. The butterfly is called the Langs. If you see in the reading that they're talking about the Langs or the metalmark or the Lang's metalmark, they're talking about butterflies, okay? The third thing you need to know is the name Luis Terrazas. Luis Terrazas is one of the employees who works for the Fish and Wildlife Service. So you can think of him as like a government employee whose job it is to count and survey and protect endangered species. And there are two more things you need to know. So number 4, you need to know what a buckwheat plant is. Buckwheat is a small green plant that likes to grow in sandy soil, and that's what the butterflies lay their eggs on. The Lang's metalmark butterfly needs buckwheat plants to lay its eggs. And then number 5, you need to know what a hairy vetch is. A hairy vetch is a different plant that likes to grow in sandy soil that's not supposed to be in the Antioch Dunes. It's an invasive species, and it has, in the past 50 years or so, started to invade the Antioch Dunes. So the buckwheat plant is the good one. The hairy vetch is the bad one, at least when it comes to this species of butterflies. So I won't give away what happens in the chapter or what John experiences or what John sees, but those are really the 5 things you need to know to understand Chapter 6. Happy reading.